beginning of an era that feels just like yesterday.
I, Dr. Alex Oti, OFR, do solemnly swear that as the governor of Abia State, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability.
The genesis of a new dawn.
By the end of this year, every outstanding salaries and pensions would have been decreased.
The administration of the governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, hit the 100 days mark on the 5th of September 2023.
I want to reassure you that we are going to run an open, transparent, and accountable government.
With great position comes great expectations. Join us on Friday, 8 September 2023 for a special 100 days in office discussion. Time is 10 a.m. prompt. Exclusive to Flow 94.9 FM.
All right, a very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us on this special edition of the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. My name is Ginika Oloha. You remember that a few days ago, the administration of Governor Alex Oti marked 100 days in office with so much expectations from Abians. Today on the special edition of the platform, we will review some of the policies of the present government in Abia State, especially in critical areas, as major actors give detailed explanation as to how the policies have impacted Abians and what the future holds going forward. The discussion, I must let you know, will be in segment, as the Health Commissioner is already in the studio. I'm talking about Dr. Ngozi Okoronkwo, also the Special Advisor to the Governor on Media and Publicity. Our own Ferdinand Ekoma is also on the sidelines. He will be coming on shortly. We will be also expecting the Commissioner for Information, Prince Okekano. He will also join us on the program later on. Well, thank you so much once again for joining me on the program. This particular broadcast is live here on Flow 94.9 FM, and it's also live on Sun FM Iberi, as well as All Fact newspaper. That's All Fact television and radio online platform. Welcome once again. My name is Ginika Olo. Okay, I have with me in the studio already the Honorable Commissioner for Health, Dr. Ngozi Okoronkwo. She was here some time ago and she's making a return on the program this morning. Good morning, Honorable Commissioner, and thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you, Ginika, for having me once again.
I'm sure by now you must have settled in and getting things done.
It's only
from the last time
3 months. It's only 3 months. I haven't even sat down yet. I'm still walking
around.
Standing up. I'm still walking around.
All right, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let us start with you, Honorable Commissioner. The last time you were here, you talked about the 3 general hospitals to be set up by this administration in 3 senatorial zones. Tell us, how is it going?
Ginika, thank you for that important question, and thank you, listeners. Yes, we are moving. We are moving very well. Like I told you, we are not painting and polishing. We are renovating. We are taking out windows. We are taking out doors. We are fitting tiles, and it's a lot of work. And we have been able to, we have completed the first 2 general hospitals, the former MICURE, because it's not MICURE any longer. It's the former MICURE and the specialist/diagnostic center. It's almost ready. It should be, we should be inaugurating by next week. And then the Amatara. I'm actually really excited about the Amatara because I knew what it looked like prior to, what it looks like now, and I'm totally in awe, and this is because of my principal, Dr. Alex Choma Oti, the executive governor of Abia State, who gave me this mandate, and he said, give me something that is different from what we have around here. Make it global, acceptable. You can walk in there and you think that you're in London. really. And I'm just really excited that we've been able to achieve that so far. There's going to be 24 hours light in the Mekio, especially. Also in Amacha. Amacha already has, an inverter fitted in there. We'll see how we can, connect them, to it. And in our lab, you can run just about any tests, any actually, except for maybe DNA tests for now. But of course, at some point, if we see the need to bring it on board, we'll do. But hormonal, anything at all, you can go in there and just have it done, within a couple of hours. You're out of that place and you have your result. And you can send it to any part of the world and it's acceptable because it is the most recent equipment that we're making use of, where the lab is fully functional with state-of-the-art equipment. And we are not talking about 2020 most recent equipment. That's what we have there right now. And the same would go for the theater, the same would go for every other facility that we're fitting, any other equipment we're fitting into that space. Yeah.
Okay, so it appears that the Mekio and the Amacha, they are still in their rehabilitation stages?
No. You can walk in there now. We are just cleaning out, basically. We are done. Okay. The equipment's on ground, everything's there.
But they are not fixed yet?
No, they are fitting. They are fitting them now. Yeah, the people that, the equipment company, they are around now as we speak. You can go in there. They are fitting the equipment. Everything is there now.
Okay.
The lab is completed. Completed, yes. So what we are fitting in the theater, and once we are done, because we have all the ventilators and all of that, so it has to be done nicely. And the labor ward in Amacha is ready. We are done with the fittings. The theater, we have 2 theaters in Amacha. So the first one, we are almost done. We've done the lighting and everything. So yeah, it's almost ready.
Now, Mekio and Amacha, they are 2 hospitals here in Umuahia. So they are domiciled in Abia Central, Abia Central Sanitary Zone. And you promised that it will be in 3 sanitary zones that we have. What about Abia North and Abia South?
So yes, there's a cottage hospital in Abai. I actually visited the center yesterday, and it's when you're given a mandate to do something and you're looking to do it to satisfy your principal, you go all the way. The contractor we have there took off the roof, so we are like rebuilding the structure, and it should be ready before. In the next couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks from now. The windows are fitted, the roofs have gone on. They are doing a lot of the plumbing work and everything. So we are not painting and cleaning out. No, that's not what we're doing. We're basically rebuilding the hospital, the structure, and attaching new things. So it's not about the target; it's about doing it well. That's what we're after. So that's what we are focused on. Making sure that the outcome looks exactly like what our principal. We work for someone who is coming from Lagos and outside the country, so he has his head around that. So we can't do anything like
Now for Abia North.
Abia North, okay, so if you go to Munato, the roofs are off already. Okay. But it was stored a little bit because of insecurity. But that has been restored, so we'll start again. We'll start rebuilding. So we didn't lose focus. We are still on track.
Because you promised that by December this year, all those structures will have been
December is far. We should have done by then. All right. Yeah, December is far because the equipment for the cottage hospital is on ground. It's just that the details, the contractor took it to another level. So he's doing a very good job, and we just have to be patient to wait it out. But everything is fine. He's doing well. Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about some reforms in the health sector. Just a few days ago, we got to hear that there was this health insurance for pensioners. What is it about?
Yeah, so I'm also very excited about that because
you introduced it.
Yes, the governor on his we requested for that and he approved. we know how bad it's been for pensioners and how expensive healthcare can be. On a good day, you run one test, it's 5,000, it's 10,000. How much do they get paid? So we requested for that, and he didn't even waste time to approve it. And we've captured them already. As at yesterday, we had about 4,000 and something, that have been captured into the system. And
they are doing a fresh registration.
It's never been done before.
Okay.
Yes, it's never been done before.
Okay, but I was thinking that maybe you are going to go through the database.
No. We went there because they need to have a card and a passport on it. So it's a capture. So we went to the 17 LGS to capture them. So we didn't go to the database to extract. No, that wasn't it. So we are done with that, and then we'll start uploading and getting them ready. And also that's why we are retrofitting the hospitals so that they have where to go to. Even though the health centers at the ward level are okay, they're active, they're working, they can easily go there to access healthcare. But if they need to do like a higher testing or something, they would have somewhere else to go to.
Okay, so I would like to have the details of that particular scheme, because many people are thinking, is it going to be free? Are you going to be deducting money from
No, they're not paying a
pensions?
dime.
Okay.
They're not paying a single. We are not touching their monies at all. This is our own palliative. You will say that. No, they're not touching. We are not paying. They are not paying. We are not touching their monies. How much do they have really? So we are not. They're not contributing a dime.
Okay. Are there particular hospitals they will be, asked to go to, or they can access any of the hospital? How exactly does it work?
So in insurance, there's a procedure, right? If you have issues, you go to the first point of call, which would be the health facilities at the primary healthcare level. And then if they think that is something they can't handle, they push you up to the secondary level. And then, so once the referral comes from them, they go there and it's free.
So any kind of ailment can be
anyone. But for them, of course, for other people, of course, it won't be covered. But for the pensioners, we would attempt to. Then if we need to subsidize at that secondary level, then we can do that. But, for now, it will be basically almost like everything, apart from maybe surgeries that will need a lot of specialty care and all of that, or maybe cancer, which is actually like going to the extreme. But
so what do you do in that aspect?
So we'll look for like a consolidated money somewhere to support that.
So you won't still ask them to bring money, is that?
They don't have money to bring, Kineka.
Because I'm just wondering why
they
you
don't
say
have money to bring.
surgeries, cancer, and the rest of them.
Yeah, because those are like the extremes. That of course you may, out of a certain number, find one or two, and then we'll sort for the governor's support in that at that level, and then so it won't be like maybe a huge number of them, hopefully, yeah.
Okay, so why do you choose? I understand that it's below the director cadre. Why is it like that?
So there is always a starting point for everything, right? So those ones are the most, we consider them kind of vulnerable, because then how much are they earning at this level? And then some of them still have kids in school, some of them still have rent unpaid. So looking at them at that level, which for us was a preferred, we prioritize them basically, instead of going up to people who are the directorate level, who most of the time they are more comfortable than those other ones. So that was actually the target. We wanted to, it's the vulnerable ones. So we're looking at the vulnerable ones, yeah.
Now, the industrial harmony in the health sector, I don't know, before you came on board, there's been a series of industrial action. Some people will go on strike. After a while, they come back. And after a while, they still went back to strike. What is it like now? What have you been able to do to ensure that there's this industrial peace in the health sector?
You know that, the major part of the problem was the issues around salaries and welfare, and they are getting all of that. We are still working out some parts of the issues. We are not, completely done. But, you see, when people see your level of commitment and they see it slowly and nicely, knowing that we have a government that is, we have a listening government, right? And he doesn't say things that he will not do. So, the salaries have been consistent. and I mean, there are issues around courses and all of that, but those will resolve. But there's a starting point, and we will just want that consistency first, because people are still in doubt. They keep asking, are the salaries going to keep continuing? Are they going to keep coming? Are we going to at some point start to worry about salaries again? So it's still like I said the last time about a woman who has been in a bad marriage, and now she's being treated well, and she's wondering if it's for real or if it's for just a temporary period. But then, like I said, it's still work in progress. We're still working things out, but there's as far as I'm concerned, we don't have any conflict.
Now, in the area of School of Nursing, the dispute there, who heads what unit and the rest of them. And when you came, there's this agitation that the Honorable Commissioner came and sacked. Is it the director of or head of School of Nursing, Atamachara? Where have you been able to sort that issue out?
There was no issue. It wasn't an issue. So people were relieved. Initially, they were asked to return back to. This was on governor's instruction, based on some certain information that got into his table, and also public knowledge. It was everybody knew what was going on there, and people were really worried. The pressure was much. The noise was just too much. It was distracting, to say the least. And we were worried about the competence and the kind of people that they were chalking out. Being that, I mean, health is not a place you go and play around, and things go back very quickly. Yeah. So we were worried about that, and then we thought, it might be better to just address it and let it go and do that. And once we did that, everywhere became, calm, and people were very happy. We've had several exams, and nobody has come to my office to complain about their child's name being taken out of the list. Not a single person has come. So
and there's the issue of school fees being paid, by hand.
Yes, all of that has. Yeah, they've all stopped. So
you can now pay directly to
straight
government
to the bank, and then you get your receipt. I've not heard any complaints from the schools, from the students, nothing. We are solving their problems as we go. Long-standing issues that we met on ground. So we are taking them as we go, so that it's not too much for us as a government. But we are getting there. They are fine. I go in there every now and then as much as I can. I had to set up what's it called, solar lights for them some few days back, because I learned that their compound was very dark, and they have issues with light. I know the labor was on strike, so we couldn't really speak to the PHCN people at the time. But they needed to get an immediate solution to that issue, and so we installed solar lights, and so that the place is well lit at night. But then we'll continue to engage with them to see how we can resolve and restore lights, fully for the amateur guys. And then the other people in FMC had issues with their toilet systems, and we got somebody on board, and it's been resolved. So we are solving their problems as we go, and they are fine. They have currently the acting principals, and they are doing very well. They are supporting the system, taking exams and doing very, very good. So we don't have any problem.
Okay, Honorable Commissioner for Health, Dr. Ngozi Okoronkwo, I want to let you go, but I'm tempted to ask you. I thought, of course, I'm sure you know what I'm asking. I'm sure you want to tell us something about the diagnostic center at Isukwuato exactly. What is happening?
So, like I said the last time, so you didn't talk about. So now we are going to. The governor has instructed that we continue the free medical services till December.
Okay.
And so we have identified some hospitals. I'll share with you when we fully confirm the hospitals. We identified like 7 hospitals that will join the scheme. It's just so that it's, we have a wide reach. And of course, Isukuato is going to be participating.
Okay.
Ohofia is going to be participating. Obalangwa is going to be participating. Abreba Akaba is going to be participating. And Okwa will be participating. Of course, Aba General Hospital will still be on. Amachara will find a way. Hopefully, we are done very soon with the reconstruction, but they can still participate, using the GOPD at the HMB office, which was where the last one held. So we can, so we have more of these hospitals, and Munochi also would also be participating. So this would also help support these hospitals to become more active and also solve some low-hanging issues that they have. Like Umunochi said, they needed more laboratories. They only have pits and all of that. So that would be reconstructed because of these free medical services. Akaba had reached out, as Abereba, to say that they have a leaking roof, and of course you can't leave them. And then I know that their lab is also not, at its best. So we'll fit in some, basic lab testing tools and equipment for them. Abreba is good, but Ahofia is doing very okay. So we just need to supply the lab reagents they requested for, and then their medications and the medicines. And Ukwa is actually worried about security, which we have actually deployed. Obala is worried about security, which we have deployed. And so we are actually using this opportunity given to us by the governor to sort of not just make those places the centers where you can go in and access services free, but also help to, solve some low-hanging issues that they may have, and move things forward. So Isukwato, of course, we are going to start using the diagnostic center.
Okay.
There's nothing in it. It's just a building. So we'll start using it, and then that would give us sufficient time to retrofit the general hospital.
Okay.
So, and then we're also developing some policies like, the drug revolving fund that will help us to ensure that we have availability of drugs, managing the drugs, and so they don't have issues around stockouts that people have in the ward levels. So we are doing a whole lot in the healthcare system.
Okay.
We are redistributing health workers also, just to make sure that we have an equal distribution across all the LGAs, and then that would provide us the clear picture of what we need going forward, whether we need to employ, how many people we need to bring on board, and all of that. So we are kind of busy, but we are busy in a good way.
All right. So many things you've said, Honorable Commissioner, and it appears they are so capital intensive. It requires money. I don't know where the federal state government will get all this money. But are you also getting a kind of support from World Health Organization and other foreign donors, to champion whatever policies you have in the health sector?
Oh yes, we are. I've been being a part of this. Government has actually provided us that opportunity to bring on board a lot of partners, being that I've worked in the partner space for a very long time, so I'm a very familiar face around them.
Okay.
And CDC Atlanta and I had a meeting sometime, and they are very happy. Abia was not part of their program initially, but I had to go back there to make a compassionate plea for them to bring Abia on board, because of course I know what that will mean, for us as a sector. So now they are fully on board. They are in a hurry to support and help the administration to achieve some of their vision and goals. The World Bank is here, but we recently also onboarded this program on immunization that would help us to retrofit some of our health facilities at the world level. I had mentioned that in my last, and that program is on board now.
Okay.
So in a couple of weeks' time, we should be going out to you start seeing those changes. And so this may be a good time to, Gineka, you and your journalists go to the ward level health centers and just take the pictures, so that when we start to do the new things, you can tell what they looked like before, and the changes that we would attempt to make in the coming weeks. So yeah, they're on board. WHO is here already, but we keep pushing for more, asking for more, and they're happy to support. UNICEF is also here, doing the same thing, pushing for more, asking for more support. They trust the government. They're happy to work with us. Prior to this time, they will say, "Oh, we are not sure of the outcome." But now, in my last meeting, one of them said to me, "I know what you can do. I know how you understand this system. So I'm confident that you help us to achieve, some of our goals." So we are in a hurry. We want Abia to be better. We want the people to have the best of care. And with the support of our governor, we can achieve so much, with what we have.
All right. Let me see.
I'm not saying that we don't need more.
Okay.
And then we also have the diasporans.
Okay. Who are also supporting you financially.
They are coming in.
So you have a lot of money to do what
I don't have the money. Gineka. Support can be expertise. Support can be, technical. It doesn't have to always be money. Thank you very much.
All right. The Honorable Commissioner for Health, Abia State, Dr. Ngozi Okoronkwo. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
The beginning of an era that feels just like yesterday.
I, Dr. Alex Oti, OFR, do solemnly swear that as the governor of Abia State, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability.
The genesis of a new dawn.
By the end of this year, every outstanding salaries and pensions would have been different.
The administration of the governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, hit the 100 days mark on the 5th of September 2023.
I want to reassure you that we are going to run an open, transparent, and accountable government.
With great position comes great expectations. Join us on Friday, 8 September 2023 for a special 100 days in office discussion. Time is 10 a.m. prompt. Exclusive to Flow 94.9 FM.